What's going on YouTube? I am back with another video, and this one we are going to have a PSA preview video. So I'm actually sending in my personal cards to PSA. Been trying to build them up for a little while and get a decent amount to finally send to PSA. I know I've mentioned in a couple previous videos that I am planning to do a big Fire Pack series right around the time of the National. So for this National, I'm not actually setting up. So I want to release them on my website, 502frank.com, probably the week before the National. But, you know, just kind of in celebration of, you know, it being the National. It's basically, as far as the hobby goes, like, you know, the biggest holiday of the year. So in celebration of the National, I'm going to put out a really big Fire Pack series. So I've been trying to build up a decent amount. Now, unfortunately, I was actually only able to come up with 15 cards that I thought had a really good shot to get 10s, because as you guys know, with the Fire Packs, I only include 10s. So it's got to be either a PSA 10 or an SGC 10 or a raw card. So I tried to get a decent amount of cards that I thought had a really good shot to get a 10. Unfortunately, I was only able to come up with 15, and I completely forgot about, if you do a PSA value bulk submission, which is what these are going to be sent at, you have to do a minimum, a minimum order of 20 cards. So I actually had to come up with 5 other cards. So the last 5 cards of this submission are just kind of cards that I threw in at the last minute. Some of them might go in the Fire Packs. And there are a couple baseball cards in there as well, so those definitely won't go in the Fire Packs, but just wanted to mention that. So speaking of the Fire Packs, I do actually have a sneak preview. So the stack over here on the left are actually cards that I have been saving for the National Fire Pack series. So here, from time to time, when I pull a nice card or pick up a nice card at a show, I might set it aside to try to build up that inventory for the Fire Pack series. The goal right now is to make that 100 pack series. Currently, I only have 11 cards set aside for that series, so still have a lot, you know, to pick up for the series, but we still have roughly like 3 months, and then again, hopefully we'll get a decent amount of 10s here from this stack. So still have plenty of time to build up that inventory, but wanted to go ahead and give you guys a sneak preview of the Fire Pack series, you know, of the cards that I currently have set aside. We do have the Jabari Smith Donruss Choice Auto, which is numbered to 99. We did set aside the Net Marvels KD, which was a recent show pickup. Ended up, you know, picking up enough cards to where I could set aside a couple from the last mystery pack series. So we set aside the KD Net Marvels to 10. So a really nice one there. And then we have, of course, the LaMelo Ball Obsidian Red Flood Auto. We have an Evan Mobley Panini 1, which is still sealed. So actually, both of these are still sealed. The LaMelo is still sealed from Panini, and then this one is still sealed from the Panini 1 box, or Panini 1 and 1 box. Evan Mobley numbered out of 49, that is on card. We have our LeBron National Pride Gold Wave that was hit in one of my breaks. And then the graded cards we have, actually a decent amount of mosaic. So Scotty Barnes Purple Mosaic PSA 10, that one is number 249. We have a Franz Wagner Mosaic Silver PSA 10, another Franz Wagner. So we only have 11 cards, and I'm actually just realizing we have 11 cards total set aside. We have 2 Scotty Barnes and 2 Franz Wagners. So probably good on Barnes and Wagner. Might pick up 1 or 2 more, but yeah. The next one is a Franz Wagner Fast Break Red Optic 10. And then we have another Mosaic Silver. We got the Scotty Barnes Silver. We have a Zion. This one is a rookie Zion Hoops Premium Stock Red Shimmer numbered to 88 PSA 10. That one was a really nice card. It's still a very nice card, but there's just so many question marks around Zion. But again, the goal for the Fire Pack series is going to be about 100 cards, probably around that $100 mark. So, you know, I gotta think that's still at least a $100 card, probably more. And then the last one we currently have is a Jalen Green Blue Mosaic 10. So that does it for the sneak preview. And now let's go ahead and get into this personal PSA value bulk submission. We are going to send in the Steph Curry straight fire. Probably a pretty good time to get his stuff back. He is, I think he just had like a 50-point game to knock out the King. So his stuff's probably doing pretty well right now. Another Curry My House Hollow. And then we have a Jabari Smith. Now this one is a little bit off center, so this one's definitely a question mark, but I always say when you're sending to PSA, if everything else looks good, corners, edges, surface, and the centering is just a little bit off, you might as well go ahead and try it, because PSA typically is a little bit more lenient on the centering than some of the other companies. So we're gonna try the Jabari Smith. And then we have a LeBron Jam Masters Green. Nothing too crazy here. This is probably $5, $10 card, but I am just a sucker for these Jam Masters, especially in either like the green or the mosaics, because I just think they look so good. I love the look of the card. So LeBron Jam Masters, got a nice, excuse me, got a nice Garrett Wilson Prism Variation Silver. I believe that was one that I pulled personally. So nice Garrett Wilson there. We have a Chet Holmgren out of Donruss Choice, just the non-auto base version, but in a PSA 10, that would definitely be a nice one. And then next up, we have a D Wade. This one is going to be a Mosaic Fast Break, the Finals MVPs. Another set that I really like is the Finals MVPs, where they're holding the trophies. Love the LeBron and the Giannis cards in that set. And then we have a Giannis. This one is out of Spectra T-Mall. Now typically these don't grade super well, so this one's again a bit of a question mark, but I did think this one actually looked to be in pretty good shape, so we'll see how it does. It does have that green color match, so that was a pretty nice looking card. And then we also have another Giannis. This one's going to be the Flux Appeal Blue Parallel, which is numbered to 99, so another really nice Giannis there. And then, so we actually do have another Franz. If this one does get a 10, that will be the third Franz in the series. So we will officially cut off the Franz Wagners. But this one is going to be another not no huddle, fast break. And that one is the NBA debut. And then, excuse me, we are going to send in the Dallin Terry. I know this one, again, is not the craziest card, but I did think it looked to be in pretty good shape. It's a rookie Revolution auto, so I figured we'd give it a shot and see if it could pull a 10. So again, nothing crazy, but you never know. You know, he could pan out, so we'll see how that one does. And then we have a Jaden Ivey. That one's going to be the Liftoff die cut. Die cut's always pretty tough, but this one's not too crazy. It does have that like solid edge going around rather than like, something super jagged or something like that. So this one might not be super tough to get a 10 and a die cut. So we'll see how that one does. But Jaden Ivey there. And then we have a Jalen Williams that we did pull out of those 3 mega boxes that I did open. So this one again is just a little bit off center. You can tell if you look at the border up top, this left side is just a little bit thicker than the right, but I thought everything else looked pretty good. Corners, edges, surface looked pretty good, so thought we'd give it a try. So hopefully whatever grader we get is a little bit lenient on the centering. So Jalen Williams Emergent Silver. And then we do have the Jalen Williams the True Prism Silver as well. And I thought this one looked super clean. So I am really hoping for a 10 on this one. I think this one has a really good shot. Centering looks great. Everything else looked good. So really hoping and expecting a 10 on that one. And then we are also going to send in our Vince Carter Prism Silver. So, unfortunately, not the greatest picture they used for Vince Carter, especially in the Raptors jersey. You would hope he would be going up for a dunk. But Vince Carter, one of my all-time favorite players. And I, again, thought that one looked super clean. So we're going to try that one. And now these next 5 are actually the 5 that I had to throw in because I only had those 15. And I completely forgot that you have to do a minimum order of 20. So these next 5 were throw-ins. And this one, if it does, if it does get a 10, I could potentially put it in the fire packs as like a bigger chase card. I kind of wanted to keep this one in the PC. I've kept it raw for a while, but it does look to be in pretty good shape. Only thing is, of course he went off sticker, but I don't grade autos. I don't really like auto grading, so that's not a factor. Centering, not perfect, but honestly pretty decent. So I think that one actually has a decent shot to get a 10. So we'll see how the K does. And then this one I also think has a really, really good shot to get a 10. Now, of course, this one will not go in the fire packs. I did decide that it's only going to be football and basketball, no other sports in there. So this one will not be in the fire pack, so I might end up keeping it, might sell it. Honestly, we'll probably kind of depend how it does. But we got the Wander Franco Topps Pristine Blue to 75. I did go ahead and crack this one out of the Pristine One Touch. So really hoping for a 10 on this one. That one probably one of my better baseball cards in my collection. And then we have a Jamal Murray, the Optic T-321. This one is the blue parallel to 85. Honestly, wasn't really planning on grading this one, but he is actually looking really, really good in the playoffs. And typically value bulk does come back in like a month and a half. So honestly, if the Nuggets make it to the finals, it might be perfect timing to get this one back. So thought it looked good. Centering looks good. So figured we'd give it a shot. And then the last couple, actually recent pulls out of one Bowman Blaster that I opened. Excuse me, we have the Jackson Holiday insert. This one is the Modern Prospects insert. This one's not too crazy. This is like a $5 card, but I figured if it did get a 10, that would give it a nice bump, maybe 40, 50 bucks. So we'll see how that one does. And then this one I was very surprised about. I honestly had never heard of this guy. I went on Google and we're like, who are some of the top prospects that you're looking for out of 2023 Bowman? And sure enough, this guy was one of them. And I looked at a recent sale, and I think one of these actually sold for like 50 bucks. So I was very, very surprised. It is just the Bowman paper. It's not Bowman Chrome, but it is numbered to $3.99. Center looks good. Everything looks good. So I figured I'd give it a try, see if it can get a 10, and maybe it's $100+ card. So that is going to do it for my personal PSA value bulk submission preview. Hopefully you guys did enjoy seeing what cards I am sending to PSA, as well as a sneak peek of the National Fire Packs will be coming in late July. So I'm going to wrap it up. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you soon.